Hi guys, this is AC Gamer back with another video on 7 Deadly Sins Origin. Now, if you guys haven't seen my last video, I talked a little bit about my opinion on the gameplay and how beautiful the gameplay is. Now, I really wanted to talk about this, which is 7 Deadly Sins gonna be the next Genshin Impact, or the next best open world game? Now, if people get annoyed when you compare a game to Genshin Impact, because Genshin Impact, a lot of people think it's the peak gaming we've had on mobile, which I kind of agree with. The gameplay, the stunning design, it is peak in mobile so far. However, I don't think it's really an insult when you start to compare a game to Genshin Impact, because you're comparing a game to another game that we all regard as one of the best. So that means there is going to be some type of level in which they can compete against each other, which definitely puts 7 Deadly Sins Origin on a high standing already, and the game isn't already out. So a lot of people are going to draw comparisons between Genshin Impact and 7 Deadly Sins when it comes out. Even with the gameplay trailer, a lot of people are seeing it as well. Now, I personally wouldn't care if people start labeling, well, I don't really want them to label it, but if people do start saying that 7 Deadly Sins Origin is a clone of Genshin Impact, I really wouldn't care. Now, obviously we had that same situation with Tower of Fantasy, where a lot of people were labeling it as a Genshin Impact clone. Well, to be honest, it wasn't really a Genshin Impact clone. I've played the game, it's definitely very different, but at the same time still has a couple of similarities. But anyways, I don't think anyone should be upset in the future if a lot more content creators or a lot more people mention this game as a Genshin Impact clone, because Genshin Impact is peak. So if a game is going to be a clone of that, then it should be as good as that game, and I don't think that's a bad thing. Now, I really don't care if 7 Deadly Sins Origin took inspiration from Genshin Impact, because one thing I love about Genshin Impact and one thing I hate about Genshin Impact is Genshin Impact is beautiful. However, we do know that they are not going to do collaborations. No collaborations are going to happen with Genshin Impact. In fact, Genshin Impact wants the IP to be something that you want to collaborate with. You would pay them to collaborate. You will pay them, to use their own IP, and that's why they're getting their own anime, and that's why they're hoping Genshin Impact as its own IP will grow further, and they don't want to change that, or they don't want to distill that by adding any other anime or doing any collaborations in their game. So I will be absolutely happy if another game can come out which has similar levels to Genshin Impact, but we're able to play as some of your favorites anime character, and that is what I envision 7 Deadly Sins Origin to be. However, I also envision it to be more than that as well, because it's going to follow the story of Tristan, who is Meliodas' son, and that's the character you are seeing in there. So it's going to be pretty exciting to be able to play as some of these new characters we haven't even seen in the anime, so I'm extremely excited for that. Now, in terms of the gameplay, there is obviously slight differences with Genshin Impact and the gameplay for 7 Deadly Sins Origin. What I also want to say is that 7 Deadly Sins Origin has also added a bit of stuff that Genshin Impact don't have. So the ability to explore underwater. Now, I do think Genshin Impact is going to do that when Fontaine comes out. Fontaine should be releasing in 4.0 whenever that happens. Obviously, pure speculation that they're going to go underwater, but it is looking like the next step for Genshin Impact. But in 7 Deadly Sins Origin, it already looks like you are able to do that. Now, I will say this though, the underwater exploration, from what I can see from the gameplay, does need a little bit of work. Now, the graphics or animation, whatever you want to call it, when the character dives in, looks beautiful, but once you're inside the water looks kind of dark, gloomy, doesn't look as vibrant as I would have expected. Now, I want to actually make another video talking about water, difference between water and different MMORPG games or open world games, because I've seen some beautiful water, surprisingly, from Tower of Fantasy. It has some amazing beautiful water design, and Genshin Impact is second for one of the greatest beautiful water design you will see as well. But honestly, 7 Deadly Sins Origin, obviously the video from the trailer is from a early development version of Grand Cross, so not Grand Cross, of 7 Deadly Sins Origin. So I do expect this to have been improved when the game gets released. Now, from the trailer we can also see that the gameplay is from the PC client, so already showing that PC clients will be available, and the gameplay is also saying from the title it's going to be 2023 release. So we can't wait for this game to be releasing, and I'm going to be extremely excited for this. From the trailer, you already saw a couple of characters you can play as, and from the previous trailers, you can see that you were able to play as Meliodas, you were able to play as, I forgot the character's name, some of the 7 Deadly Sins character. So yeah, I'm extremely excited to play as Meliodas. I've always wanted to be able to play as one of my favorite anime characters in open world setting, and unfortunately I was looking to Genshin Impact to provide that, but from what I've seen with the recent development in Genshin Impact, they are more than likely never going to do that. Now, one thing to also expect with 7 Deadly Sins Origin is collaboration. Now, 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross is riddled with so many collaboration. It's absolutely amazing. Time I got reincarnated as slime, Attack on Titan, is it Konosuba? No, maybe no, not Konosuba. It has ReZero. So I am actually expecting that when 7 Deadly Sins Origin comes out in future updates, we should be getting collaborations as well, and that would be extremely exciting. Imagine another favorite anime coming into this game, able to play them in an open world setting. Absolutely amazing. And you can already expect how I got reincarnated as a slime to be one of the collaboration, and I will be extremely excited to play as Rimuru, and I feel like they're gonna make it pretty unique. So obviously this is just me trying to future bring my head ahead, to bring my brain ahead and see what the game could do in the future. But I'm expecting collaborations to also be in thing in the game. I know people are gonna ask me this, so I'm gonna just say this: is the animations, the graphics good enough to compete against Genshin Impact? It is gonna compete, but it's already still gonna be Genshin Impact winning in terms of graphics and design, unless obviously this is from early development. Unless this has changed, then we have to wait for more early looks, or more later looks, sorry, at the game. But from what we can see from the early development section, obviously gameplay is really beautiful. I do hope to see more improvements as well, and that's all I really wanted to talk about in today's video. Tell me down in the comment section what you think about the game in general. Will you guys be playing this game? I absolutely will be playing this game when it comes out. I don't know if I'm going to spend a lot on the game, because I do want to spend, but there is another game I really want to play, which is like solo leveling, or Tower of God New World, when it comes out as well. So I don't really want to spend or disperse all my money in all that game. But if Meliodas is already going to be a playable character on day one, and I'm probably going to reroll, actually. Yeah, rerolling is going to be something I do. But with open world games, they're going to definitely drag out rerolling, so it's probably going to take you a very, very long time to reroll. Or I might just get an early account, maybe get someone to help me reroll an account or something like that. I don't know, but I want to be able to play as Meliodas straight away. I don't really care about any of the other characters. Oh, Escanor as well. We haven't seen any gameplay for Escanor Meliodas, but we have seen some gameplay from Gil Thunder. So yeah, we've seen Gil Thunder's gameplay. We've seen Tristan's gameplay. We have seen Hauser's gameplay as well, and the fairy character as well. I'm pretty sure all of those characters are not going to be SSRs or the high tier characters straight away. Probably low rarity characters you get at the beginning of the game, because I don't really think Gil Thunder should be an SSR character now on release, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be expecting to see some of the other characters be SSRs, and from the gameplay they don't really look too like animation heavy, so I'm not really expecting that to be SSR, but I might be wrong. They might have changed the gameplay and they might have improved it, all of that. Yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's been your boy AC Gamer, and I'm out.